Hey everyone, Gerald here, and look, I'm not here to bum you out, I promise, but we got to talk about something important, safety. We've all seen the news and it can feel pretty heavy. The truth is, we're living in a time where being prepared is more important than ever. Now, I'm not talking about doomsday prepping, okay? I'm talking about simple things we can do to be a little safer, especially when we're out in public places. Today we're focusing on something so simple yet so crucial, knowing where our emergency exits are. You know, those often overlooked doors marked with that big green sign? Turns out they're not just for fire drills anymore. Knowing those exits can be the difference between a story that makes the news for all the wrong reasons and, well, you getting home safe. All right, let's level with each other. The world can feel pretty unpredictable these days. We see these headlines, hear these stories, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The data from the Gun Violence Archive paints a stark picture. Mass shootings and violent threats are, sadly, becoming more common. I know, not exactly light-hearted stuff, right? But bear with me, because here's the thing, burying our heads in the sand doesn't help anyone. We can't ignore these realities, but we can empower ourselves with knowledge and awareness. Knowing how to react in a crisis can make all the difference. And that's where knowing your exits comes in. It's not about living in fear, it's about being prepared. It's about taking control in a situation where things can feel very much out of control. Imagine this, you're at a concert, a movie, even just grabbing groceries, and suddenly there's a commotion. People are yelling, maybe even running. It's chaotic, confusing, and your heart starts racing. That, my friends, is panic setting in, and in those moments our brains go into survival mode. Rational thinking, out the window. We've all been there, right? That moment when you can't find your keys, even though they're right there in your hand. It's the same thing in a crisis. Except the stakes are way higher. That's why knowing alternative escape routes, like those trusty fire exits, is so vital. Because when everyone else is heading for the main entrance, you'll have a plan B. And trust me, having a plan B in a crisis, priceless. What's so special about these fire exits anyway? They're not just randomly placed doors, my friends. They're strategically located to provide the fastest and safest escape routes in an emergency. Think about it, fire codes are incredibly strict for a reason. These exits are designed to handle large crowds quickly and efficiently. They often lead to wider hallways, less congested areas, and ultimately a faster way out. Now, I'm not saying there's some magical portal to safety, but they can definitely buy you precious time, and in a crisis, seconds can feel like hours. Knowing where these exits are can give you a head start, the chance to think clearly, and ultimately a better chance of getting to safety. Okay, so we've established that knowing our exits is crucial, right? But here's the thing, it's not enough to just vaguely know they exist. We need to be proactive. We need to practice what I like to call situational awareness. It sounds fancy, but it's really just a fancy way of saying pay attention to your surroundings. Next time you're out in public, take a moment to look around. Where are the exits? Are they clearly marked? If something were to happen, which direction would you go? It sounds simple, I know, but trust me, these little mental exercises can make a world of difference. Because when your brain is already familiar with the layout, your reaction time is going to be that much faster in a real-life situation. Making it stick, practical steps for remembering exits. Okay, so you're on board with being prepared, but how do you actually remember where those exits are? Especially in places you've never been before. Well, fear not, my friend, I've got some tips for you. First up, the mental snapshot. When you enter a building, take a moment to visually scan for those green exit signs. It's like taking a picture with your mind. Next, the landmark game. Associate the location of the exit with something memorable in the room. Maybe it's by the giant potted plant or that funky painting. Then there's the buddy system. If you're with friends or family, make a game out of it. Quiz each other on exit locations. Hey, a little friendly competition never hurt anyone, right? And lastly, don't be afraid to be that person. You know, the one who actually reads the fire safety instructions. In hotels, trust me, it's better to be informed than caught off guard. Learning from the past. Lessons in resilience. Now, I know talking about these things can be tough, but it's important to learn from the past. Tragic events like the Pulse nightclub and Aurora theater shootings have taught us invaluable lessons about the importance of preparedness. In many of these cases, survivors have shared that knowing their exits beforehand gave them a fighting chance. They were able to react quickly, navigate the chaos, and escape to safety. Their stories serve as powerful reminders that even in the darkest of times, knowledge is power. It's about honoring their experiences and using them to empower ourselves and others. From fear to confidence. The power of knowing your way out. Okay, I know we've covered some heavy stuff today, but I want to leave you with this. Knowledge is empowering. It can replace fear with confidence and give you a sense of control in uncertain situations. Knowing your exits isn't about living in a constant state of anxiety. It's about being prepared, not scared. It's about taking a proactive approach to your safety and the safety of those around you. Imagine this. You're in a crowded place and something happens, but this time you're not panicked. You've got this. You know exactly where to go, and you can even guide others to safety. That's the power of preparedness. It's about turning a potential nightmare into a story of resilience, courage, and quick thinking. Stay alert, stay aware, stay safe. So, there you have it. Knowing your emergency fire exits might seem like a small thing, but as we've learned today, it can have a huge impact. It's a simple act of awareness that can provide a sense of control in a world that can often feel unpredictable. Remember, it's not about living in fear. It's about being empowered, prepared, and ready to act. So, next time you're out and about, take a moment to familiarize yourself with your surroundings. Look for those exits, make a mental note, and share this knowledge with your friends and family, because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Stay safe, everyone.